right, here we go. It is Saturday, and I am getting ready to. Well, I just woke up, and I had a good night's sleep, and now I'm getting ready to start my day. And what's a better way to start your day than doing a little bit of coding? And I've had a good week, and hopefully gonna have a good weekend. And how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing okay as well. It's fantastic to have you here and to be able to get into my hobby. And my hobby is to code, and I like it. So let's see, what can we do today that is interesting? First of all, we want to share the fact that we are coding with the community of Agile Ventures. And so that's going to be good. And for that, I usually actually create or open up a Google Meet, but I, to invite people to Google Meet, and then I can stream it and so on. But I reckon that this is not that easy in terms of how my computer is handling that. So the other day I had a session, a community session, and my performance was really bad. So I can't really do that, like having a meet open. So I'm actually not gonna share my meet, any meet URL, but rather just a Twitch URL. So I go over here, go over to edit Hangout link. It should paste the Hangout link or Meet link. I'm actually going to paste this one, and hopefully on Slack, on the community Slack, people will see that this is a stream link, and they will either follow along or they will go and ask me to flag this up. But it's their prerogative, their choice, of course. I need to do some modifications to my setup, I believe, and I need to go into so I do have another computer, so at home, a laptop, a fairly okay IBM or Lenovo or something. Lenovo it is, yeah. Lenovo is the old IBM ThinkPad, I think. Right. So here we can see that on the community Slack channel, I can pull it up on screen here. On the community Slack channel, I can see that today we shared this weekend coding, both in the pairing notifications, which is a channel with 223 members, but it's not very active at this point. And then we have the general channel that is, semi-active. But I mean, we have shitloads of people in the Slack channel, but not. I mean, they are active in different type of channels. But anyway, there is another one which is very relevant, of course. So we have this work the web channel on our Slack, and this is the community around the small training program that we are running at Agile Ventures. So there are 28 people here. We are gathering around a project that's going to be interesting, that I encourage you to follow. Let's see, Right, this is the website that we will be developing. It's all in German at this point, and it's about harvesting the power of community and working with community-driven ideas and initiatives, built by two guys, I believe, and brought to the attention of the community for the purpose of building a bigger team around this, so that we can take this platform to new heights. And I think it's fantastic. The people in the in the community that Work the Web initiative, that got this project on the lab, they are really excited. I am excited, and I think we can do a lot of good on this one. So if you want to get involved in an open source project that is built around, so tech stack wise, it's a React application. I know that they are using at this point Firebase as its backend. It will involve a bit of blockchain technology, because those ideas that are being, or initiatives that are being brought or introduced through this platform, we're supposed to vote on them and to give them some comments and stuff. And I know that the voting part is, we are considering voting using blockchain, which would be a very fun and interesting thing to do. The question is, of course, whether it will be viable from a UX perspective. A lot of people don't have blockchain. I think in order to be able to vote using blockchain technology, you need to have some sort of a wallet. That could be a bit of a problem, I guess, but fuck do I know, right? We'll figure this out one way or another. But anyway, this is the platform, and it all being coordinated through this Work the Web project. Let's see, where is the project? Well, actually, let me just put this here. I can open up a new one. Right. The reason I want to have two windows for right dimensions is that I need that thing for other things. Right, so this is the project page for Work the Web Summer School. And the good thing with this is that we have recordings of all the meetings from the beginning of July the 6th. So we do meet on Tuesday and Thursdays, and then we have weekend sessions that Mike and Anya are driving. I was supposed to stay away from those weekend sessions, but I can't help myself, so I'm there as well. Good thing, bad thing, I don't know. Let the history judge me later. But then we have the first Tuesday, Thursday, weekend sessions, Tuesday, Thursday, weekend sessions, Tuesday, Thursday. So we've done 3 weeks out of 9. And I think that's good. So this is definitely a good thing. So you can check that one out if you want. Right. I am considering to upgrade my my setup here. I already mentioned that. So I would probably need to do some stuff, purchase a little bit of hardware. So I need to research that a little bit. Let me see this. So this, right. So at work, I have some Elgato gear. Well, I have this Stream Deck. I don't need that Stream Deck for anything. So I bought the Stream Deck at some point. It seemed like a good idea. Didn't buy the huge one, this one. I bought the smaller version. But I don't really use it for much. So I have this one, I guess. Right. But I don't use it so much. I don't know if it's just me. But you know, the way I stream, I just kind of stream my screen, and that's it. Perhaps I should just get into using it better. I did spend 150 euros or something, but never mind. That's not why what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something like this game capture thing. And this particular piece of equipment allows me to connect my MacBook to another computer. So at work, I have my Mac connected to a PC of all things, really, like a real PC, you know. With Windows 10 and everything. I can't hardly use it. I don't know how to use a Windows computer, but I have that at the office. Here I was thinking about having a Linux based computer to help me with that. So I need to buy this. Another one. I mean, so I have two. I mean, one at the office and one at home. And so I need to, you know, it's 1,490 crowns. Right. But perhaps I would go all in and buy this portable capture card for streaming. What is this? I need to check it out. What is that? Sorry about the English thing. I don't need to know what I could. Why did I click on that? Knock it off. Yeah, I accept everything. Why can't I? What is this? Record in 4K. Record on an SD card, both for PC and console. Well, that's easy installation. Okay. Let's have a look at this.
Hi, I'm Sneggy from Elgato, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to use 4K 60s Plus in standalone mode. 4K 60s Plus is the latest capture card from Elgato, and is the world's first USB 3.0 capture card capable of 4K 60 HDR capture. One of the biggest features of 4K 60s Plus is the ability to record footage directly to an SD card. No computer necessary. And to do so is extremely easy. First, you simply connect the 4K 60s Plus to your source of choice and your monitor via HDMI. Then, you simply want to make sure you don't have the 4K 60s Plus connected to your PC via USB. You just plug it into the wall for power. Then, you need to plug in an SD card that's formatted in either exFAT or FAT32. Keep in mind, if your SD card is in FAT32, the files will be split up every 4 gigabytes. As far as SD card compatibility goes, make sure it's an SDXC card rated for U3 or V30 to properly work with 4K 60s Plus. After you've used an SD card with 4K...
Not what I want to. So let's have a look at this one. Okay. That's just commercial. I don't think that's what I need. That's not what I need. But yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for so it's either the HD 60S Plus or S. So what's the difference between S Plus and S? It's the 4K. Okay, so it's the resolution, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Actually, I have this camera. What did it cost? Wow, that's expensive. Okay. So let's see. What do they mean? I mean, this is the setup I have at work. How to set up Xbox? I don't give a shit how to set up Xbox. Yeah, PC. I should go for this one.
Hi, this is Jeff from Elgato Gaming, here to show you how to hook up your HD60S to record PC gameplay. Before beginning, make sure you've downloaded and installed the latest version of game capture software.
The thing is, I never kind of used the game capture software.
HD60S,
perhaps I'm doing something
two
wrong.
HDMI cables, one of which we provide with the HD60S, a USB to USB-C cable, which we provide with the HD60S,
Yeah.
a TV or monitor, and a compatible computer that meets the system requirements for the HD60S.
Yeah. The
First,
question is
you
if
want to
I
plug
can
in
use it
one
on
end of an
Linux.
HDMI cable into the HDMI out port of your desktop or laptop computer. Then, connect the other end of this cable into the HDMI in port of the HD60S. We're now going to take the second HDMI cable and plug it into the HDMI out port of the HD60S. Now, take the other end of this cable and plug it into the HDMI in port of your TV or monitor. We're now going to take the USB-C cable and plug in the USB-C side into the HD60S. And now take the other end of this cable and plug it into an available USB 3 port in your computer. Now that you're set up, make sure that your computer is set to mirror or duplicate for multiple monitors, then launch the game capture software, and also launch Elgato Sound Capture, and set it to PC recording, and make sure you're on the correct settings. And it's as simple as that. With this, you can now play, record, and stream your favorite PC game with your HD60S. Good luck, and have fun.
Okay, yeah, right. They make it sound really easy, but I don't remember I was struggling with this. Anyway, I need to go to Net on Net place. I'm from Sweden, so do we have a... First of all, so Elgato HD60S, let's try that. So Elgato HD60S on Linux. Can we do that? Let's have a look. Capture video on Linux, Ubuntu, OBS Studio. Yeah, sure. Okay. We have HDMI capture card is a device that's compatible with Linux and Open Broadcaster. Okay. Elgato view price, and I wonder what... Oh, that's the HS, right? But what would that cost on Amazon? How much is that on Amazon? 142 in dollars, which is a bit cheaper than it's a bit cheaper than in Sweden. But the thing is that we do have Amazon in Sweden as well. So if we do Elgato HD60S, there it is. Oh, it is a bit cheaper. It's almost really. So the S plus is 2051, and here, well, it's 2190, so it doesn't really matter, does it? No, it doesn't. I was considering this cam link at some point, but it's not really. Game capture cam. Right. No. Wow. This looks so professional. Don't care about that. I got to wait for the previous weekend. Right. It's a lot of shit that you could purchase. A lot of stuff you can buy. Right. Yeah, anyway, so let's stop talking about this now. I need to buy this. I need to set this up and work with this. But it's not the priority at the moment, I guess. Right? Let's do some coding instead. Thank you very much for this. Boom, 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 boom. How you do? Right. Let's have a look at the two projects that we can take a look at. So we're gonna check out the website one project. I know that there is a PR. We have some security alerts. Oh shit! We have security addressable. Addressable is high severity. Why would that be a problem? First of all, what's the thing? Within the URL template implementation addressable, a maliciously crafted template may result in an uncontrolled resource consumption, leading to denial of service with match against a URI. Okay, so we need to patch this one. All right. Addressable. Okay, so there should be. No. So all of these things will be we can close them because they will be bumped up in the next upgrade, but we're going to keep the security thing here. So I'm just going to close this. Right, and we're going to take a look at the addressable one. That one which is something rebase manually, right, we can force merge this guy. There we go. It's gonna be all right. And then I'm just gonna go over to my terminal window. Oh, I can put on some music again. Now that I'm not listening to the promotional videos from Elgato. Okay. I'm just gonna tell the guys. Hi, channel. Online. Twitch. Making some project maintenance. pop in and say hi if you are awake. Right, and that's gonna be where am I? There. All right. Yes, so let's see. Where's my terminal? Did I open a terminal? No, I did not open a terminal. So we're just gonna go to Adventures website 1, and so we're gonna go to git checkout. Dev. Developed it. Yeah, right. So the closed one. What? Oh, because we closed those. All right. So this one was to develop, right? Okay, so we need to do git call upstream develop, right, and we got the latest changes. That was the right, awesome. But we do have another PR from Shima. Fixes issue. Anyway. Projects create and approve feature, right? So we changed that. Files changed. So, right. Right. So there's a few refactorings here that could be this is legacy, big time legacy for people, so it's a bit of a problem. If you're into Rails, then this is definitely a project that could be interesting for you if you're into, Rails from a perspective of full stack applications. I usually am not, but he did a good job on this one. There are a few problems here, but git checkout branch, right, and then we're gonna just do git remote -v, right, git pull branch. So we get the latest additions to this thing, right? And then if we just do our spec features, we can run this test. It is awfully slow though. Why could that be? It is awfully slow. There we go. Okay. That's good. We're getting a warning. First of all, we need to take a look at the warning. What is this? One, no default alternative specified. Choosing text tray as default. I do not know where this warning originates from. That's a weird. It's a weird warning. I would like to see that. So let's Google this. No. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know. Take straight as what? No. What is text tray, by the way? Okay. What the fuck? Well, really? You shitting me? The fuck? No default alternative is specific choosing text tray. What the fuck? Well, was my mind. Anyways, if signed out, user cannot access new project page if signed. Well, let's have a look at that feature, by the way. Okay. So the thing is that we should write this in Cucumber rather than in RSpec, to be completely honest. To be completely honest, this should not be written in RSpec. But that's what Shima did, and you know, should I or should I not impose the thing that we need to stick to Cucumber? I think I kind of should, but I don't want to hinder his creativity here, right? Right, so we can remove this factory that he created. Right. I think I'm gonna move my camera to the bottom here. Actually, I think it's better. Right. So this is the user test. Why include test service? Why would we include that in the factory? Right. Sorry about that. There's no need for us to include that. Who did that? Nick Schmick 3 years ago. Why would he include that? By the way, I need to contact Nick because we need to talk a little bit. And G+, okay, without karma. Carbonate camera, right. Analysis. Who done it? Okay. Alright, never mind that. User cannot. Right. So this is user cannot access new project page if signed up. That's not what we're testing here. Project create and approval. Project is subject to approval before. subject search to approval. Right. I will actually use describe this, and then I can just do feature. Upon creation. Do right. Right. Scenario. Why? So scenario. Right. Upon creation, scenario by a user. Okay. All right. By a community member. All right. Community member, and that would be user without admin. Right. We're gonna actually create a feature, and then we're gonna just move this upon creation. Project service for approval. Right. Okay. And then login as user. Right. Visit this, and then we fill this in. Right. And submit. Right. Expect project class status to equal pending. This is more of a unit spec assertion, to be honest. But okay. And then upon creation, none of the user attempts to access projects pending projects page. I don't know why he changed this back to right. So I totally understand that, but right. So what I can do is I can actually do something like this: subject page, and then I can rewrite this. It is expected to, and then I can just do this. I can comment this guy out and run 25. Is expected to. Can we do this? Right. So let's run the 25 one. Let's see if that works. I think I can set the subject like that in our spec. Come on, it's awfully slow. And it's not just my computer. It's just it's the whole thing. Yeah, so that worked. So I prefer these one-liners instead of the multi-line things. It's a little better, in my opinion. So actually, I think I can do subject page on top of this file, because it's always going to be subject page. So yeah, let's run this guy again. Let's write line 20 now. Sorry. Right, let's see what it gives me. Let's see what it gives me. Right, so I got a question from Shima, the guy that wrote this PR, if we should add a little more of functionality, like a page where people can see their stuff, you know, the see the status of their project. But I would say that you know, when you work on a PR or on a feature, preparing a pull request, you always come up with new stuff that might come in handy. But I would say that it's important to kind of kill that, to kind of not just give in into every instinct, but rather create new features and new chores or new features in the tracker, in the project's repository. So we would just say to have no content at create project. So we're just gonna simplify all of this. And actually, for those of you who are into testing, and I love writing automated tests, and you know, fiddle around with it, like this, like, you know, adding one-liners and so. I have found a nice, or I kind of hammered out a nice flow on in Mocha and Chai that will allow me to work with subjects like this. You know, like the one like I'm doing here in RSpec, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm actually gonna change these. Like this, remove that. Admin user can access pending projects page. You see, the reason why it's convenient to have these one-liners is that if you change something, you only have to change it in one place. So those test messages, they are great, of course, but if you can avoid that, then it's actually a smart thing to do that. Because then you don't have to update so many instances of these strings. So we're just gonna deactivate. Right. And so here the question is, and you can see the activate button. So I would actually argue that it's better if we go through all of these tests and actually perform those actions. That's how I would have written them in Cucumber, I guess. And did I misspell project? Are you fucking kidding me? I did. It's embarrassing, but that's what happens sometimes. So this is a Rails 6 full stack application. A rare occasion where I work with Rails in a full stack manner. But it is what it is. Right. I'm gonna go and grab a cup of coffee. We'll be right back. Right, here I am, and that is all. Right. So the question here is like, so this is what the developer that wrote this feature came up with. Not I'm a user, or right, we can just change it. Attempts to access my when right none of them. Projects they did not create. Well, that's a little bit out of scope, actually. How does he do that? This one is interesting. This one is rather interesting. How can we, if we focus on this particular part of the thing, how can he limit that access? How can we limit that access? Let's log in as visit projects. First of all, we need to figure out what we did in terms of routes. I want to take a look at routes. Preview article project. Project ID. Right. The problem with this routes table is that it's huge and it doesn't follow so many. What the hell is this? Another. I hate to see this name in this project. It's really. It's out of scope. We're not going to touch it here. Right, where did he do this? I can have a look at this again. Files change now. Right, it is line 80, pending project. Right. Right, so my problem with this, with these routes are like this. Perhaps they shouldn't be on line 80 and 82, right? So let's have a look at that. Line 80, 82. So these are the ones, right? So I'm going to copy them. I'm going to comment this one out, and we're just going to go to projects. There we go, right? So we can probably go into here, and then we can just say right, I think we can use this. This is a much simpler way to add these routes. Let's activate project, activate that. We don't need as on this one, and we can do a deactivate project. I think the project, right, it's gonna be the deactivate project host. Right, let's have a look. Not sure about this one though. Rails routes, right. This could be a bit of a problem. Well, I can run the tests basically, right? Oh shit. A sip of coffee. Right. Okay, so here we are. A massive route stable. Right. Okay, so let's find projects. There we are. Project. Then activate. Right, so the only difference here with this way of adding the route is that the project ID is put in here in the middle, which is the kind of restful thing to do, but still I would say that both the activate and the deactivate is Men Tadeus, kan du inte komma ner och säga god morgon först? Ja, kan du inte, istället för det första du gör det nästan skäller ut mig. Nästan.
Jag var inte ens nära.
Var det inte det? Tyckte du inte det? Okej, då kanske jag uppfattade lite för mycket då. Kan man få en puss till?
Jag har inte ens fått en puss idag. Så du kan inte direkt säga det, för det...
Är hon vaken nu, flickan? Eller?
Ja, hon är vaken.
Okej. Ja, då ska jag gå och sätta på kaffe åt henne alldeles strax. All right, so the problem here is the difference in route composition, but here this is like an index page, so that cannot be a member though, so that's a problem. So pending project is not that, so I'm gonna remove that, but right. So this activate project and deactivate project, these should be pointing to update, in my opinion. And we need to like modify the behavior of that update action using parameters rather than using that like defaults. We could use defaults. Actually, if we want to do that, what if we do action update defaults and then defaults command, like we say command activate. Right, just for the sake of it, let's run Rails routes again. I'll be back soon. I need to put on a new cup of coffee for my wife, so that will take just a minute or so while this is preparing. I'll be back. Right. Okay, so let's have a look. Projects. Right. So this one is pointing to right. Right, command. Right, so I don't know if the word command is the right way, but yeah. So here, okay, so this is not bad. We can use that. Pending project. So we can use this, and then we can say action index. and then defaults, and then project status pending, right, and then we can just change this. I mean, if we want to use this kind of routes. Hello Shima, how you doing? I'm working a little bit on your PR here. If you want to tag along on this one, so first I'm looking at various aspects of the whole thing, and you did a great job here. I'm just doing a little bit of refactoring. So for instance, I was a bit wary of these routes that you set up, which is not, you did a great job there, but I want to keep them a little more restful. So I'm doing a little bit of refactoring in terms of how we use them. So one thing that that I try to avoid in many projects is to create many custom routes. So if you look at this route that is called activate project and deactivate project, right? Now they are not very restful. Rest is the architecture, representational state transfer, whatever. And so I would rather point them to update and kind of modify the behavior of the action using parameters. And so as the user with the nick gr1d99 asks, that's exactly the thing, is that I can have this route here, point this route to the update action, and send in the default parameter here, right? So it's like a middle way here. We do accept a custom route, but we do not point to a different controller action, but rather modify the behavior using parameters. So that could be an interesting thing. So I'm going to use all of that on those three actions here. And this is not a very beginner friendly thing. So you totally, unless you've done this a lot in Rails, this is like a real corner case, right? So you couldn't have known about this, or perhaps, it depends a little bit of what sort of projects you've been working on. But that's how I would like to do this. And there's a slight difference if we take a look at 59 and 60, right? Those two routes. Since we are now a member of the project, right? What you did in your implementation, you passed in the project ID at the end of the route, right? And then you pointed here then you pointed that to the correct controller and action, right? Just as a side note, what I would have, if we would have kept this around, what you can do is to say post activate this. You can do this, and then you can say controller projects action activate project, right? So that would be one way of that's one way of writing the same thing that you did. So this is a newer way of writing, and the problem with this project and then # activate project is that developers understand that. Perhaps they do, perhaps they don't. This one is a little more readable in a way, right? So that's how I would have written it if I want to keep this around, right? But having said that, we don't need that. Anyway, let me just check if that actually works, so I don't lie to you. Right, it's a bit slow. It's a huge table for projects. I thought all the routes. So the thing, just as we wait here, you can see that there's a lot of this kind of stuff here in this project, right? Badly, in my opinion, badly formatted routes. All of this stuff are up for refactoring, in my opinion. It's a legacy code challenge. The previous project manager that was running this didn't give a shit, and I kind of do, you know. So I'm trying to keep a little better standard on this. Anyway, right. So here we are, and let's have a look at the project. Where is that? So pending projects, status pending. Right, so this is not gonna work. One of the things that I'm considering will not work, so I need to change that. But there was, what the fuck? Right. Control method basically don't need to exist. Yeah, well, they don't, but I need to update the update method. So it's not that simple yet. Activate project. Where's the activate project? So that's one activate project, but there needs to be another one. What the fuck? Where is that? Where is that? There should be two activate projects. Am I missing something? Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. It would want to get faster, but at least I will not see. Do I have to send this as a regex? Let's send it as a regex. Then we don't see all the other stuff. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. GR1, are you Rails dev? Or should I say GR1? What should I say? Chrome. I will get to the I will get to the projects controller method in just a second. It was not faster, but it hopefully. What? That didn't help at all. What? So the regex didn't work. So that was not the right way. I should have stick to your suggestion. Oh, hi Gideon. Hi. Okay, gotcha. Of course, I remember. So you know this project. Good stuff. So Gideon meet Shima, Shima meet Gideon. You guys are both parts of the Agile Ventures community. and Shima is doing his first contribution to the website 1 project, and he's also going through the work the web community training, and he has an interesting app that he's working on himself. So he's committed to Rails, and that's good. Let's see. Marker update, follow unfollow, pending project, activate project. Now this is the problem, right? But okay, that's not deactivate project. There it is. Here's the activate project. So this is the thing that we will probably keep around, right? Because no, this is not the one I want to keep around. But this one that I'm just selecting now. This is the result of me writing this, right? Right. And that would be a route in itself. But we don't want that at this point. So I'm going to comment this out. For now, I'm going to delete that later, but just for the time being. My problem is this one. Resources. This one is not going to fly in as a member. So I need to move it up here and see what sort of result that gives me. So I don't know if you heard, Shima was saying that Gideon is a long-time member of the community as well. I was just kind of introducing the two of you, telling Gideon that you are devoted to Rails and this is your first contribution to the website 1 project. So yeah. Let's see where we are. Right. That's how it come up. Now, what do we have now? Shit, I don't want this. I don't want this. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. How do I add custom routes? Not members, but can I do resource? I don't want this. I want to keep this route as clean as possible, but this is not what I want for projects. So let's see. I need to read the documentation. So Rails routes, custom route, custom path, Rails routes. Yeah, right. Let's try that. Rails 4 path items. No, that's not what I control. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Resources for again. Yeah, no. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's also not what I want. That's not what. This is nonsense. Yeah, so there is an option of using the index action on projects and use the query strings to request pending projects. Yeah, I know. I was just hoping that I could use this yeah, absolutely. What I could do is resources. Can I do? Can I do? No, hold on. I'm gonna find it. So there's to resource route. Member posts. Yeah, but I don't. This is the thing. I don't want to pass in the invoice. Okay, well, I can just move this one. Yeah, right, I can do this, and this will do it for me. This will do it for me. I guess this would be like a compromise, like a the middle way of doing things. I guess, I don't know. And then gonna need to rewrite the whole fucking thing. And now I'm slow, right? Because, right, this is fucking ridiculous. My internet is slow. Everyone's internet is slow. Hello. Come on. Jesus Christ. It's not you guys, it's probably me. Like I am the one with it says that it's excellent on my stream here, but it's not excellent. It's definitely not excellent. Well, it says no delay, but it's not. It is obviously delayed. Oh gosh. Anyway, so now we have projects, pending projects. Now we have the pending projects thing, and we are pointing to index. Right. Okay. Good stuff. So let's see if we can do commit here. Maybe it's status. Right, git diff. Right. Git ci refactors feature structure moves routes into project resource as member and keeps pending projects as custom route to index action. Right. Okay, so this means that if we run that test again that we ran before, we're not testing so much of the functionality, but it should error out for me now because the routes are not properly formatted, and so I will do that in factory. Then I'm probably gonna call it a day because it's not gonna fly in this world. And I have a house to paint. Yesterday we started to paint our house, and I need to continue to do that today. And it's right. So we get a few errors now, which is good. Right, so let's go in the deactivate. So he's looking for deactivate project. Right. So we can change that. In the routes activate. So here we can say as, and here the as comes in, right? So and then deactivate. Right, so we can do this. Right, let's see if we get different errors now. Come on. There we go. All right, so we have 4 failing tests. Deactivate project path. Oh really? You little shit. You didn't take that? Huh. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Why wouldn't this? We don't have to fix everything today, guys. You know, it's there is always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow, folks. Right. There we go. Right, so let's just make this, oh shit, let's just make this a little smaller so we can see, well, perhaps not that small. Right. Now I made it too small. Right. So where are we now? Deactivate. Why would he say activate project? That feels like a really weird name. Activate project. So we're gonna change this actually. So if we right, we're just gonna choose okay, activate and deactivate, and then we can remove this as probably. The path is never added. You add it yourself, but yeah, probably. But I think that, you know, let's just call it this I mean, this is redundant now because. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna follow your advice. No, why? No. Let's just use this now. But then you just don't even have to have them anymore, because you then they just look like query params, and then again, you don't need them for anything. I mean, it's going to be the same thing as passing in parameters. Yeah, I don't know. The discouraging thing is this fucking time it takes to just output a simple route table. I remember one year when I managed to spill a cafe latte on my MacBook Pro. I completely killed the fucking computer, and it was just a few days before I was going on vacation, so I had to borrow a 6-year-old MacBook from the office, and I took off for vacation, and then we didn't buy me a new one before I didn't get a new one before I was back, and I coded an entire project on the oldest fucking computer I was ever have worked on, and but it worked, I did it. But then I got my MacBook, and then it was like heaven. Everything was so fast, so that was really nice. So now we have activate project and deactivate project, and that will point to projects ID activate, projects ID deactivate, which is a bit, that's why you don't have to do these kind of things, because you can just pass in this as parameters. Now you pass them in as query parameters. So anyway, now we have that. So let's see if we can run the specs and see what sort of errors we get now. Now you have to pass in the actual project ID in the path, in the let's see. Right, 2. Well, we are down to 2. Okay. Awesome. Let's see. We got a screenshot here. What does that look like? It looks like this. Not very informative. So now we need to take a look at the one on line 26. Line 26. In the spec, line 26, what are we looking for? Visit pending projects. Visit pending projects. Right, so we need to go into the projects controller. Projects controller, where are you? There we go. Right. Valid admin. Right, so we don't want to do this before action. Right, so we're gonna keep these two out for now. And where was it? I was on line 26, pending projects, right? So index action, right? Initialize projects. What the fuck is this? What is initialize projects? editing. God, why would you do that? You don't use that. Well, okay, let's keep it for now. But if it's an empty thing, what is initialize projects? Projects is this initialize project. Okay. Includes you. Okay. Okay, I got you, brother. So let's do binding try, and then yeah, that's the one. So we're gonna run this particular project. Hold on a second, guys. Jessica, jag kaffet är klart. Jag håller på att avsluta här lite grann, okej? Har du det?
Ja, jag sa att jag skulle gå upp så gjorde det. Så jag är redo.
Ready and able.
Om 25 minuter så bara...
You're crazy. Right, here we go. So let's have a look at params. Status pending, right, controller, status pending, right. And then we go on outside. Who is current user? Right, in is current user admin? It's false, okay. Right. So, so here we want to add before action valid admin only index and update. I'm actually not gonna finish this today, guys, because I need to go soon. But actually, let's just not do update yet. Let's just do index. And so, and what is the valid admin doing for us from project runs? Valid admin. Valid admin. There it is. Redirect to root path. Unless. Right, so we just don't want to say before I say valid admin if and then params status equal pending. Let's see if we can do that. Can we do this like this? Yeah, let's see that. Let's try that. Try. Right, let's see if this works now. So we want to modify the behavior using parameters, but when we do that, then so there's a trade-off, always a trade-off with the approach that you choose, because then you need to check, perform more checks, depending of how complex your behavior is supposed to be. It is what it is. Let's see if we can get that up and running. And again, if you don't have good tools, like a working computer, then you will be a bit effed. Right, so we did hit this now. So that's good. And this, let's ask this question, is the current user admin? Is false. So if we don't quit this, then this should go green. Good stuff, awesome. So let's run the next one. Let's run this one, whatever that is, 78. Let's have a look what 78 is doing for us. List of pending projects. Admin, scope user list of pending projects. List of pending projects, right. So this one should in principle pass for us as well. But it doesn't mean that the feature is done, because we need to test for we haven't updated those actions yet. You know, what they're supposed to do and what they're supposed to return, because we don't have tests for that yet. But again, I'm just trying to follow the TDD approach to make the current tests go green for me, and then we can dive deeper into the whole thing and make sure that the behavior is actually what it is supposed to be. So when I'm aiming at this point, let's see, is this an admin? It is an admin. Okay, so we shouldn't. Right, and now we are here, and params are pending, right? So we need to add a where on this one. Project. Right, so I would have to add a little bit of functionality here, but we don't have that. Right. And that's not this. It says list of projects. Right, list of projects. And it says that we don't have any projects, which is very weird, because we should have projects. But it doesn't matter for now. Let's just clean this up. First of all, we need to get rid of this valid admin binding pry. We don't need that. Okay. Access to edit. Status pending. Param status pending. Right. So we can say we could say status pending. We could do something like that, and then we should say if this one is pending. We could do. Well, I can just call it initial. No, we're gonna do something else. We're gonna say we're gonna initialize project and then just params status. I'm gonna have this one actually take an argument, right? And then no. Right, I'm gonna have this one take a status so I can modify the behavior of what sort of query I'm making based on that status, right? And Gideon, whereabouts are you from, by the way? I don't remember. Oh, really? Where? Oh, yeah. Shit. Right. Thank you. Thanks. Let's get rid of this. Nairobi, yeah, right. You're from Nairobi, of course. So I have a good friend that I grew up with, Matthias Krieger. He worked for the Swedish Foreign Department, and he was working on the Swedish Embassy in Nairobi for quite a few years, actually. Now, this one says status pending. Okay, so here we just want to say project where status status is status, right? Where, Thomas? Where, not war. What the fuck is wrong with you? And there's nothing here. Why don't we have... Really? Didn't we create a project here? Didn't we create a project? Oh, because we created it as pending. All right. The question is whether it should be created as pending, or capital pending. Really? Oh. Now I don't know. But it's still... list of pending projects. Alright. But what I need to do is to add this where to this query. You understand? Like dynamically. I want to... I don't want to do all, but rather... Well, actually, you know, I would just to say where status status and order status ascending. I don't even know what that... why would that be an ascending status? I mean, let's give it. Right, I probably don't need this for anything. Or status. Right. And here I can say status equals status or active. Now how do I do if this is missing? Well, okay, that's if this one is missing, if this one is not there, then status is either what we pass in or active, exactly, right? So, but I have problems with this, whether this is supposed to be in capital P, capitalized or not capitalized, you know? I'm not sure. It cannot, we usually don't use capitalized stuff. So I'm gonna change this to small. Let's see if this works now. Right. So let's see what this one says. And Shima, where are you from, by the way? You're from an African country, right? Aren't you? My memory is not what it used to be, so I keep forgetting stuff. I'm sorry about that. Let's see if we can just get this one too. Right, because here we had this pending. Yeah, I don't know yet. Right, but let's see. He created a view for this, right? Yeah, I think he created a view for this. For projects. Pending projects, right? So we created pending projects. So index render layout with render index render layout. So here we just want to en sekund, jag håller på att avsluta. Ja. Jag kommer. Jag ska bara sätta på mig på. Yes. So here I think we need to say basically just to make this so we're gonna say if status if param status pending. So I'm just gonna then we want to render pending projects and then layout with sidebar. Right. Here I can. Right. So now this became a little bit too much. But it might work. Who knows? Let's see. Oh, hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Hej, kom in. Jag kommer strax. Jag ska bara jobba lite innan. Ni kan börja leka lite. Right, let's see. All right, so this is passing. So this one is passing. So I'm gonna try to run the whole thing. We will work with this access to edit later. So we can remove that. We don't need this for anything. We can move these. We can move these to private methods later, because not everything will pass for me now, but I should only have one failing spec now or something. I don't know. It depends a little bit. Right, deactivate project. Right. So let's have a look at. So this is due. These failures are due to the create action not being. Well, that's weird because it does find an activate project here. First of all, we need to get rid of these two. I mean, this is ridiculous. But we do have an activate. So what are we looking for here? There was expected pending, got pending. Okay. Right. So that's just this. Okay, so that's not a big problem. So do we? Let's have a look. Right. So how do we use that then? Let's see. There might be an enum, so we can just go to models and projects, and we have what? This. So how do we set that? I don't know. We have to have Chimera. We should use an enum as Gideon suggested, but we're not. And so pending. Excellent read. So let's have a look at the migration. Let's what the hell? How did they do that? Are they really are they really using the capitalized? What the fuck? Come on. Are they setting this here? Are you shitting me? Okay, we're gonna refactor this later. Right. Yeah. So I wouldn't do this here at all, right? So we will deal with this. So refactor this. Refactor this to use it to use update whenever we do this, and the same thing here. We don't want those two liners here. We can use a one line action on this one, but let's just get past this. Let's just get past this one. I don't even know what this is. Pending hookups. I don't know. Hookups looks like, I don't know. Weird. Visit. Pending. We should, in principle, go green. Doesn't mean that the story is done, because it isn't. But I think we need to go on with this and then update the tests later on. But I'm on 2 hours now and I need to call it quits for now. Actually, no, still deactivate project. Really? Is it a deactivate button or project? Deactivate project. Right, because this is the thing that has to do with this has to do with the permission that we're not really dealing with yet. But why would I see? Why am I seeing activate project, whereas this? Well, anyway, boys, I'm gonna do a commit and then off I go. Shima, if you're still around, this is not 100% done, so don't you can pull down this thing, but I'm in the middle of the refactoring, so it might be a bit problematic for you. So git add git ci am refactors a project controller to deal with activation deactivation of project in rest actions. That's, I already wrote that, fuck it. It is what it is. Git push Hima row branch. So this is not done yet, people. Gideon, thank you very much. Everybody, thank you. I see you around. Keep the conversation going in Slack on the appropriate channel. If you if you want, I will be online at 5:30 p.m. Today. We're doing a little bit of coding together on the web, work the web project. So hopefully I catch you then, and if not, I'll be online tomorrow morning doing some more coding. Thank you, so long.